Well, these days, all media companies are wondering where the future will take them. At the Desert Sun, Palm Springs' oldest newspaper, planning for the future now rests with the new executive director, Julie Makinen. And as NBC Palm Springs' Joe Smith found out, with just a few weeks on the job, she says her first priority is to listen.
I've been in journalism like 25 years, and it still gives me chills to see this coming off the press.
Julie Makinen is the Desert Sun's new executive editor.
A small but mighty newsroom. We have about 36 people here at the Desert Sun.
Makinen takes the helm at a time print media companies across the country are facing challenges.
My job here is to empower people to do incredible work. It's a huge responsibility to be the editor, and there's a lot of expectations from the community about what we could do or should do. And, to be frank, it's not the same size newspaper maybe people knew from 20 years ago. We have fewer resources, we have fewer reporters, so we have to make smart choices.
First career choice for Julie was medicine.
As my college career progressed, I realized that seeing surgeries and blood really made me upset to my stomach.
She had a fallback, though, remembering middle school.
Well, I guess my first job in journalism was delivering the Cleveland Plain Dealer newspaper.
But it took Makinen a bit longer to finish the job than her friend Jennifer.
She was just delivering, and I was half reading and half delivering. So I think that might have been the first spark of journalism interest for me.
That spark landed her first job out of college.
My first full-time job in journalism was at the Washington Post, and it was really amazing to walk in there as a 21-year-old and have Bob Woodward walk by your desk, have Ben Bradley come to a meeting with you, and have Kay Graham invite you to lunch in her dining room.
From the Post to the International New York Times and the LA Times, Julie's worked for America's premier newspapers, taking her around the world.
I'm Julie Makinen from the Los Angeles Times. We're here at the grand opening of Shanghai Disney. We're here in Pyongyang, North Korea. Behind me is the April 25th House of Culture.
With stops in Iraq and Afghanistan. But going global to local here in the desert seems serendipitous.
One of my trips back to the States came out, and before the weekend was over, I bought a house in Palm Springs. That was in 2016, and I never thought that that would lead to a journalism job in Palm Springs.
Times a week for different neighborhoods.
Julie realizes today's newspaper is not read all about it or all the news that's fit to print.
We have people doing video, doing photos, doing 360 video, doing drones, doing Facebook, Instagram. We're supposed to be experts in all these things.
Makinen has set her own bar for what she wants the Desert Sun to be for the future.
My job here is to empower people to do incredible work that resonates with people here and is respected on a national level. And that's what I'm going to do.
Joe Smith, NBC, Palm Springs.
She has quite the resume, Gino.
Yeah.
Puts us to shame.
Yeah, a lot of those places I wouldn't ever go to. She's working there.
We'll be right back after the break.
But first,